Kylian Mbappe marked his Champions League debut with Real Madrid by scoring in their 3-1 victory over Stuttgart. Mbappe netted early in the second half, celebrating with a gesture in honor of his mother's 50th birthday. Although Stuttgart equalized, goals from Antonio Rudiger and Endrick secured the win for Madrid. This was Mbappe's 49th Champions League goal, placing him in the top 10 all-time scorers. Despite a slow start, he now has 5 goals in 7 games for Madrid. Thibaut Courtois was named man of the match for key saves, helping Madrid overcome Stuttgart's threats. Speaking of, Brazilian soccer player Neymar Jr. shocks the world after he said the following about Kylian Mbappe. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to your one-stop hub for global news, sports, finance, and celebrity gossip. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a beat. This is your sports news. So Neymar Jr. played on the same team as Kylian Mbappe at Paris Saint-Germain, also known as PSG, where they won League One 5 times. However, the Brazilian soccer player now playing in Saudi Arabia for Al Hilal doesn't have fond memories of his time at PSG. He reportedly reached out to his Brazilian teammates at Real Madrid, such as Vinicius Jr., Endrick, Rodrigo, and Eder Militao, to warn them about Mbappe. Neymar said of his time with Mbappe at PSG to having been hell. Oof, what happened? So we digged. We digged a little bit and we found out what Mbappe is being accused of, allegedly. According to our research, we found out that Mbappe has this tendency of being extremely selfish and making everything about him always about him, allegedly. And this is unacceptable in soccer because it's a team sport. Some people in the team will facilitate you scoring, but your score is not yours, it's for the team. And you couldn't, the player that scores the goal couldn't have done it without the pass or the help of the rest. So that's why it's a team sport. So when there's a player that makes everything about themselves, obviously it could rub other people the wrong way, especially if those people happen to be also stars in their own right. So here's a question for you. Do you think Mbappe lacks leadership? Because that's exactly what he's being accused of. Does Mbappe lack leadership? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on to Adrian Wojnarowski. So this morning, ESPN insider Adrian Wojnarowski stunned the NBA community with his announcement to retire from journalism, a move that might be considered the most significant of all his Woj bomb, something he created. For more than 10 years now, Wojnarowski has been a leading figure in breaking NBA news, with his tweets frequently creating major ripples throughout the basketball world. So Adrian posted the following statement. I grew up the son of a factory worker, 2 miles from ESPN's campus, and only ever dreamed of making a living as a sports writer. 37 years ago, the Hartford Courant gave me my first byline, and I never stopped chasing the thrill of it all. This craft transformed my life, but I've decided to retire from ESPN and the news industry. I understand the commitment required in my role, and it's an investment that I'm no longer driven to make. Time isn't in endless supply, and I want to spend mine in ways that are more personally meaningful. I leave with overwhelming gratitude for countless mentors and colleagues, subjects, and stories, readers, and viewers. No one has benefited more than me from the belief, trust, and generosity of others. The past 7 years at ESPN have been a particular privilege. I am appreciative of the company's leadership, especially Jimmy Pitaro and Christina Douglas, for the understanding and acceptance of my decision to make a life change. After all these years reporting on everyone's teams, I'm headed back to my own. End quote. That's a very beautiful message. Definitely, his absence will be noticed. Up next, Brett Favre's attempt to revive his defamation lawsuit against podcaster, former NFL player Shannon Sharpe has been rejected by a federal appeals court. Favre is an American professional football player who broke all the major National Football League career passing records as quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. He also was the first NFL quarterback to obtain 70,000 yards, 10,000 passes, 6,000 completions, 500 touchdowns, and victories over all 32 teams. He has retired since, but that is not the reason why we are speaking of him today. So what happened? So the Hall of Famer has been accused of leveraging his special access to former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant and other state officials to influence the allocation of around $8 million in welfare funds. These funds allegedly benefited Favre, a pharmaceutical company called Privicus, and the construction of a volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi. This was done during the Rona time when government allowed companies that qualify for PPP loans to apply. Favre has not been charged criminally or accused of a crime. So Favre sued Shannon Sharpe over comments he made about him about the funds that he's mistakenly taken and used in 2022. So Shannon Sharpe basically accused him for taking money intended for those in need. Although Favre was not charged and had paid all the fine, 1.1 million, he claims that Shannon Sharpe's statement towards him in 2022 were defamatory. The court ruled that Sharpe's comments were protected opinions based on publicly known facts, and the defamation was therefore dismissed. Last but not least, Aces A'ja Wilson scores 1,000 points, becoming first WNBA player to ever reach that level. She also set a new record yesterday with the most rebounds in a single season history, dethroning Chicago Sky Angel Reese as she is still recovering from her hand injury. Well, congrats, A'ja. We definitely love watching her play. She's absolutely the best WNBA player that we've ever seen in the history of the league. Let us know what you think about all this in the comment below. As always, we love you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.